Welcome back to the Mellow Mushroom, the Acadiana Postgame Coaches Show. It's Ascension Episcopal Blue Gator night here at the Mellow Mushroom. And join us right now, the head football coach of the Ascension Episcopal Blue Gators, Michael Desormeaux. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for the crowd. Well, I tell you what, Blue Gator faithful are out in abundance, and everybody's really fired up about the fact that you're 5-0 right now.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We're thrilled about it. Glad to be here, and been a fun start to the season. So hopefully we keep it rolling.
No doubt about it. I mean, was this something that you envisioned? I mean, I'm not saying like a stupid question because no coach accepts a job thinking that, okay, we're not going to be successful here. But, I mean, has it happened about as quickly as you thought it would happen?
I guess it was foolish thinking maybe. But, yeah, the first day I got in there and talked in front of these kids, I told them, I said, we're here. The reason I'm here and the reason I hope you're here is to compete for district championships. And, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we knew this district. We knew how good it was from the beginning. And I saw that as a great challenge for us and a measuring stick every year. So yeah, we thought we could do it pretty quickly. And the kids have done a great job. And, here we are.
You mentioned the district championships, and that's something that Eric Broussard mentioned to me this morning on Thinking Out Loud. And I like that because I'm not an everybody gets a trophy guy. I mean, if you got 8 people in a race and you come out 7th, I'm not for giving the 7th place person a trophy. But I think we've gone too far to the other end sometimes. I mean, there was a time when people used to put a big-time emphasis on district championships, and I think it's a shame that not enough emphasis is put on it right now. But you want to use that. I mean, for you, winning a district championship would be really special, and you would celebrate that.
Absolutely. I still think there's something special about it. I know it doesn't hold a whole lot of water anymore, with the seeding and PowerPoints, but there's something special about it. When you win a district championship, it's the guys you play every year in and year out. You see them all year. I mean, all of our kids play basketball and baseball, and they do everything. So, you kind of get to know the kids, and it's a point of pride to win a district championship, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to our kids, and if nothing else, it's a way to keep kids focused every week. Every week, district championships on the line. So, it's something fun and it's something tangible that you can see, and it's something to work towards. And it means something to us. It's one of our few team goals that we have is to win a district championship.
Before I let G jump in here, talk about your system being in place and how much farther along the kids are right now as compared to 2 years ago.
Well, there's no doubt that continuity goes a long way. And for us, a lot of our kids that are starting now have been starting for 3 years. So that helps a lot too. But, when we first kind of came into this thing and took over, we were asking them to completely make a wholesale change in the way we did offense, the way we played defense. And they never missed a beat, man. They jumped right in. And we've had great kids from day one. And, the knowledge part of it and the retention's been so good, and any coach will be able to tell you that year 2 is easier than 1 and 3 is easier than 2. And, we're at the point now where you're kind of seeing that continuation from the year before, and you're like, hey, guys, y'all remember doing this? Yep. And then you just jump in and go. So it's been a lot of fun. You get to get a little deeper into it.
Well, I know in talking about your kids, Mike, and I don't mind stealing this from Steve to get to talk to you, because I am excited, knowing you as a player and seeing where you are now as a football coach, and knowing, Julie and I saw you at the game, and she says, boy, he's young. And I said, yeah, but that was the same dude that a couple of years ago was saying Ike for the Cajuns. So, now you are where you are, knowing you as a player. Let's talk about some of your players. Talk about your offense a little bit, and then we'll work to the other side of the ball. But
well, wise man once told me good players make good coaches, and I believe in that 100%. We got a great group. It always starts up front, with anybody.
I want to hug you when you say
that. But it's true, and our offensive line, our defensive line, they're anchored by seniors. Mark Hodge on the offensive line, and Joe Tapple and Peyton Adams and Sam Lofton, all those guys play on offense and defensive line. And there's no doubt that's the reason we've had the success we've had. Offensively, we've got key guys in spots. When you have a senior quarterback that's, I call Jake a 2.5-year starter. I mean, as a sophomore, he played a lot.
Right.
You have a senior quarterback that's getting guys lined up. He knows what we're thinking. He knows what we're trying to do. Makes things a lot easier. And you turn around, you got Jasiri behind you. who doing his thing, and and then you go outside and you got Ronald LeBlanc and Zach Ronquillo on the outside that are doing great things, and you book in, you got these guys on the book end, and you come back with a really solid group of guys that are filling in all those spots in between. And one of the things I say all the time, you're always going to have your best players. Everyone's got these guys, the guys like we call them.
Right.
It's all those guys that fill in and that don't get the credit every week, that you don't hear about every week. Well, our guys there are pretty good too, and that's why we are where we are.
When I think that's what's going to put you at the level where you are, and also take you to where you want to go. Is not just you're going to get the guys that are going to make the headlines, but it's going to be the mortar between the bricks that's going to be solid for you and give you the foundation that you want. And the other thing in your classification, Coach Desormeaux, you've got so many guys that are double duty. I mean, and I know you mentioned the guys up front, but also your skilled guys too. So I just think it's a credit to you and your group, But the other next thing I want to talk to you about is the guys you got working with you on your staff. I know Matthew. I know your dad's been out there. I know my godchild was there for a little bit. He's not with you this year. But let's talk about your coaches a little bit.
Man, our staff's second to none. And I'll say that, you start out with Coach McCullough, Scott McCullough, who was at Acadiana for 150 years. He's running our defense for us. And he just brings so much knowledge and experience and all these different experiences he's had that I've never had, maybe never experienced. He can help us through some of that stuff, and Heath Whittington coached our linebackers. He's come over, he's been huge help. Matt, of course, is over there teaching math at school, and coaching a little football on the side. We mess with him a little bit about that, but
dude, he's a heck of a nerd now.
He is.
I'm just telling you, he was John's tutor. Yeah, he's a heck of a nerd.
He is. The kids get on him a little bit. They said he needs to back off on the math thing, and but Matt coaches offensive line, outside linebackers. You kind of move on. We have a couple of guys, some non-faculty guys that are helping. Shannon Pecco, good friend of ours from New Iberia. Bo Bardick played with the Wildcatters for a while. Dustin Anthony, a friend of mine from high school, and then Brandon Mitchell, who
he's a pretty good player.
God, dog, he brings a wealth of knowledge, man, and great attitude, ready to go all the time. Never upset, always up and always ready to go. So it's a group of guys that I enjoy working with, and I'm blessed to have them and blessed to have them working with our kids every day.
Well, and I think what's neat about it is I mentioned you and your age, but you surround yourself with so much experience and not just from the coaching realm, but from the playing realm. Mm-hmm. And you know what that does for your players because they know, been there, done that. And the thing that I think is neat for you is it wasn't that long ago that you were running the tunnels yourself. You were in the stadium. You were doing it. So I'm sure you probably have a feel for your guys, knowing what you're putting them through and stuff. And I say this as a friend of yours, but as Steve and I, we're big fans of what you're able to do over there, and we're excited to have you here this evening. But it's going to be a neat atmosphere. So, continued success with it, and looking forward to it. And then, carrying on, I think the thing this isn't the district. You can't win it. All you can do is play well this week. So it's going to be interesting because you've got such a tough district beyond the BC game.
And that's, we talk about it, this one's the most important game because it's the next one.
Sure.
And we say that's something we say every week, and we try to make sure we're focused on what we need to focus on. But, it's not like it's over, after that. You still got some really good teams in the district, and you got to show up every week, and that's what makes it fun. Well,
and that's why you play. Yeah. And I know you mentioned the district championship, and Steve made mention of it, how important it is. But that's when you're in a conference, that was the thing as a player. We were independent so long when I was playing. But when you're in a conference, when you're in a district, when you're playing against the same guys week in and week out, those things are so hard to win. You see it so much. Those are the guys that are tougher to. You play somebody from outside they don't know you.
Yeah.
These guys know you. So I'm glad you're putting the emphasis on it too. It makes it fun.
I agree, and that's that's one of the things that like I said, it's one of our. We don't have many team goals, but that's one of them. To win a district championship, and so we're working for it.
Obviously, it's a big game. But as G mentioned, it's not the end-all, be-all. But just the fact that, it wouldn't be a big game if you didn't earn the fact that it was a big game. I mean, you're 5-0, BC's 4-1. I think the whole state is probably looking at this game. You put yourself in a position to have a big game, and while I know that obviously you want your kids to be prepared and ready to go, at the same time, do you kind of want them to soak in this week and have some experience about what this is all about?
Yeah, I mean, I told them today. I said, listen, enjoy the experience, enjoy the week. It's not just about the Friday. We work all week for one night. And you got to enjoy the work and the process. And, it's going to be electric on Friday night. There's no doubt about that. And it's going to be a game that we'll never forget. But don't just wait for that moment. Enjoy every second of it and every second of the preparation because, it ends for everybody soon. And all you really have left are the memories of it. And, it's going to be a great week. Our kids, we have off to a good start at practice. And, like I told them, man, enjoy the work. The play's fun, obviously, but enjoy the work too, because that's hold on to this thing as long as you can.
Indeed. Now I'm getting ready to ask you probably the most important question that you've ever been asked coming up here in just a little bit. But your broadcast team, Bobby Nuva and a guy that you're kind of familiar with, Eric Mouton, they call you games on Talk Radio 960 AM, talkradio960.com. And not just saying that because they're part of my company, but they do about as good as a job as any high school broadcast team does. And I know that you appreciate that. Your fans appreciate that. And again, that says something overall about the Ascension Episcopal program.
It's really nice to have. And, whenever it was kind of brought to me and the idea came up, I didn't know if we'd really be able to make it happen. But, the voice and the talent over there, they take care of it week in and week out. And I can't tell you, we get compliment after compliment from parents and from friends and family from all over the place that listen. They're like, it's amazing. Obviously, I've never heard the broadcast, but
the opposition does, huh? Remember, like when the Patriots do, when the other coaches put in their headphones, they listen to the Bobby. And,
our headsets don't work at home. I don't get it. We're doing something wrong. I don't know.
Now, here's the most important question, because I'm asking every coach this, okay?
Right.
Last week we had Doug Dotson on, head coach at Como, and his response was Ric Flair. What I want to know is, when you were growing up, who was your favorite wrestler?
The Ultimate Warrior.
Your Ultimate Warrior guy.
Absolutely.
See, that kind of surprised me a little bit, because you're kind of a little laid back. You left it all on the field, but you're a guy that could we see Michael Desormeaux running down the tunnel and just shaking everybody?
No, but you kind of live through other people sometimes. I thought it was pretty cool what he did. He was nuts. I liked him.
There you go. Coach, congratulations on a great year so far. Congratulations on all the success of Ascension Episcopal. Good luck to you Friday night, and I know it's not going to be the last big game that you play.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. And no, I don't think it will be. We've got a good group. They'll play in a bunch more.
No doubt about it. Let's give him a hand, everybody. The head coach of the Ascension Episcopal Blue Gators, Michael Desormeaux. Ascension Episcopal with a big one coming up Friday night as they take on the Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles. That's the game that you can hear on our sister station, Talk Radio 960 AM, talkradio960.com. We are going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll run down the NFL part of our show. We'll also do our heroes and zeros of the week. That's coming up as the Acadiana Postgame Coaches Show continues from the Mellow Mushroom, ESPN 1420 and ESPN1420.com.